sum up, to include as many remarks as they may feel appropriate, touch any bases they may have missed, and maybe ask for your vote. I don't know if they're going to do that or not. We'll go in reverse alphabetical order this time, starting with Mr. Warren. 2 minutes.
I want to thank all of you for coming this evening. What a wonderful event. The people who organized it, and the folks of you that showed up, and the wonderful questions, the range of questions that you presented tonight shows your enthusiasm for this electoral process. I do ask that you get out and vote. I ask that you get out and encourage the people around you, your families, your friends, your neighbors, to vote. This election is way too important to let people sit on the sidelines. I think too many of us got caught sitting on our hands back in 2008. Now's the chance to reverse that in 2010 and keep that momentum going through the 2012 election. If we do, we're going to find what America is all about, and it's that return to the core values of family, conservatism, personal responsibility, and national defense, folks. That comes back to my heart because of what my children are doing today. I simply want to relate to you, my son in Afghanistan has been there without a mission since the day he left. And that, along with Mullahan's vote on Acorn and this economy, is what propelled me into this race. We owe it to all of our soldiers. And folks, we know that West Virginia has presented more people per capita to fight in our nation's defense. And I know that many of you, in fact, I'd like to see a quick show of hands, how many of you either served or have kids serve? Okay, you can see right there, folks. We owe it to them to provide them the mission. If we're going to deploy them into harm's way, they need to know what it is they're trying to do. When they do go there, we need to equip them properly, and we need to know what the end state is so that we can bring them home once they've accomplished that mission. We put too many soldiers out there in harm's way right now, folks. A friend of mine, Adam Ray, was killed about 3 weeks ago in Afghanistan. Another friend of mine, my son, was tortured and murdered in Iraq. It's up close, it's personal, and it's time that we do a proper national defense.
We'll hear from Mr. Starr. First of all, thank you for the level of participation tonight has been tremendous. The questions have been really deep, and I think you've probably had the opportunity to learn a lot tonight. I hope you have. One clarification I want to make on my answer of no on the line of veto. The question, as I heard it, was, would I support a bill to give that power to the president? I would not do that because I believe that type of a bill would be unconstitutional, given the fact that Congress and the President have to sign a bill, not specific items within a bill. If a constitutional amendment were provided to do that, I would support it. I think what's most important takeaway for you tonight would be to examine all of the candidates very critically and very carefully. Ask yourself questions. Probe deep and look beyond the hype. Look beyond the number of radio commercials, TV commercials, claims that are made that are not necessarily what they appear. All kinds of things are going to be presented to you in the next few weeks. You need to sift through them. You need to really dig, find out what the truth of the matter is, and then support the person that closely matches your personal beliefs and morals.
I've seen this office for a different reason, perhaps, than for many. I've got a job. I've got a good paying job, but I'm tired of watching and listening to what's happening coming out of Washington. I'm tired of people saying when we get to private groups where who's going to defeat Allen? Who's going to take on a 28-year entrenched delegate and fight him down? Face to face to do this. I've run a statewide race before. I've run a successful business. I want to take some of the tools that I've learned from the construction industry to be able to create jobs again by creating an environment across this country that we can find a way to get our people back to work again. I want to protect our coal industry. I'm offended when I see our congressman thump his chest after 28 years why we should have him in office, but yet we have a cap and trade that he could have stopped, that was challenged our industry. Or when we have a coal liquefaction plant that should have been in West Virginia, but is located now in the state of Ohio. I'm troubled with who's representing us. I want to go to Washington in a short time, whether that's 1, 2, or 3 terms, whatever it is, to send a message that we're going to hold our congressmen accountable. There are consequences for your votes, just like we did our children. We've got to stop this nonsense of what's happened there and bring back common sense. I was a conservative when I was in the legislature. I've been a conservative businessman in my life. I want to be a conservative businessman in Congress to show them in Congress that that can work, that we can take our country back. But you have to stand up for West Virginia, and I'm ready to do it.
Only in America am I able to stand here this evening, just a poor girl that was raised in the country, not much opportunity, at least that's what I was told. I was probably one of those at-risk children. My family didn't have much, but they made the most of what they had. And my parents showed me that I had the ability to be and do whatever I wanted in America. And that's the thing that I want to bring to you tonight. This is not a hopeless situation. Look at all of you. You're here, you're engaged. You talk to your neighbors, your friends, your families. You want them to vote, to be involved. Why? Because we aren't satisfied with the status quo. And that's what we want to change. We want to change the status quo that has been engaged in this country for the past 60 years, that has brought about a hopeless feeling in many. And that's not what we are about in America. We are not a hopeless civilization. We have always grabbed ourselves by the bootstraps and pulled ourselves up above the fray and made this the greatest, most prosperous, freest nation in this world. That is America. That's what I stand for. I stand for the hope and the strategy that's going to bring our country back to what it was. Our families, our parents faced formidable foes, and they were able to overcome all kinds of distress and faced much more formidable foes than we have today. We have the ability to change, and that is what we are going to do. We are going to bring back the America that brought prosperity.
First of all, I want to compliment all the Tea Party people who are here. I'm a member of the Wheeling Tea Party in Parkersburg. When I started my campaign a year ago in March, I was very involved with the Tea Party movement, and none of these people were around. They all came, except for Tom and myself, who are grassroots candidates. They all came this last December and January, so they're fairly new. Tom and I, as I've said, have started this. We've been in the scene all of this part of West Virginia for some time now. Election Day, November 2nd, will allow citizens of this country the opportunity to renew Congress and elect representatives with a fresh perspective and a desire to return accountability to citizens. Most of the members of the U.S. House of Representatives have caved under the pressure from the Obama administration in order to placate their party leaders, but not represent the will of the people. Indifference will kill our country as we know it. We must become involved by taking this opportunity to vote out the politicians and not vote in the same. Take this chance for real change and support me, your grassroots congressional candidate. I thank you for your attendance here and your concern. Thank you.